All right, how you doing out here? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is IOEG Technology Screens. I'm not used to shooting in landscape. I usually do it in portrait all the time. So this time around, I had to figure out that they changed all the configurations, and I had to figure out how to do it. So this is actually a game that plays in 235.1. It's PC. So that explains a lot on why you can actually do it in 235.1. I'm looking at the settings he has in there, and it's definitely PC. I want to have to get this game. I think it's a Star Wars Squadron or something, Squadron, whatever it is. But yeah, someone told me you can do it in 235.1 setting. Alright, so this is the only way we can shoot this thing because we can't shoot it in portrait mode because the screen's too wide. It is roughly like 9 feet wide. But we can do it if we do it in this mode, horizontal. Man, the game looks like this. I have got to pick this game up. I don't know my flight stick is compatible with it. I'm using it in a different version of the 235.1 setting, which gives us a real slim look to it. I'm definitely getting this game. Okay, that's pretty easy. I like the fact that you're in range. Some of the flight games I play, they're so far out. You can fire all you want, you still won't hit them. You'd have to be right on top of them. These are right near you, which is actually pretty good. Having me cross the board, you can't even hit them. You got to boost just to get close enough to them. That is pretty nice. I got to get this. Oh, you can change back and forth. This I do like. Widescreen, 235 driving. Should put down video game simulator 235 widescreen. Can't hear me, or does she not want to hear me? 235 widescreen driving gaming. Yeah, what does it look like on here? Widescreen, ultra widescreen, driving, video game. She's not listening to anything I say. Yeah, I'll have to hook my PC up to this. Because I can get more accurate reading. She is not doing a job. Video game, gameplay, cockpit, widescreen. Are you just getting whatever the freak you want? Because I'm not anywhere near close to what I'm looking for on here. That's why I don't like these fire sticks. How are we shooting all this and freaking, it's not even close to being widescreen. That would be what, that would be more like in driving cockpit. That, the rest of that stuff is not, because it's short. Driving cockpit Forza. Just need time to think about it. Driving cockpit Forza. There we go. This is more. Forza. So you can see it's several different types of widescreen format. This fills out the whole screen. This is 235 and 239 does it. The other one is actually ultra widescreen, so a little more thinner. System check. Show up the car. We're gonna drive it at least. Oh, we are not starting off that slow. Get some gas, man. There you go. Woohoo! Man. That definitely would have been. I had no blinkers, nothing. Turn on, turn the corner. People drive that way, by the way. We all know that. Oh, let me see if this looks like realistic in real life. Let's see what happens with that. No, doing too much. That's more like a cockpit at the end of the day. That is nice. That is real nice. It's got an actual piece of steering wheel. Look at that. You can see on the side of his screen. He's got a nice setup. This is why you got to do it in 235.1. That widescreen, you get that full view. And then when you curve them, even better. That's pretty nice. I like that. You can run lights on it and make a difference. Whew, that's pretty nice. I gotta get me wherever steering wheel he got. I gotta go pick it up. Drifting, jacking with me. Oh yeah, you got a professional setup. Definitely got a professional setup in there. Widescreen. Fighting. Widescreen arcade fighting games. Let's see. We're about to make our own 235.1 content on here, but gee, but they have nothing on here. Wide, ultra wide screen, 235 fighting games. She doesn't understand. Definitely have to do PC. You have to type everything in. Ultra widescreen fighting video games. Street Fighter. Street Fighter. This one's got this is widescreen too. They got widescreen curve. It's a widescreen curve. There's another widescreen. Let's do Street Fighter screensaver. Oh, what are you doing? I don't know. Street Fighter 6 gameplay. Finally get a chance to show what gamers are designed to do.
When we set out to make banquet megaballs, we didn't tread lightly. We jam-packed them full of hearty goodness, like Majestic.
Oh, we're looking at the game system with this. I could definitely some game like this today. Oh, that's cool. I wonder if there's some other games that I downloaded. I downloaded another game. I did download the game. Did the game on I don't get it. Skip it? Listen, come on here.
Next thing I knew, I was being framed for terrorism. My name was clear.
remove the game over here? I'll let this game. Like, seriously. I don't want to just remove this game off of here. One of the games I want it. Is that timeout on this game? Where's it going? Well, what hand is it? They removed it. Oh, yeah, I think it was the Braves, man. What are they doing? Sticks. They removed the game out of here. They removed the game downloaded. This is crazy. Yeah, I don't know that game too. That game was pretty cool.
Yeah. Can't beat me.
And now I gotta find the game, where it's at, track it down, buy it. 'Cause I want that game.
Nice job.
Anyway, I don't know.
If it isn't the former national champion, fighting will still make you feel alive. But it not. Outrageously splendid. What say you, kid? You become all the ecstasy of color that you are.
Man, that was going to be a really good game, man. I downloaded it and somehow they removed it. I'm just finding them, man. Screwdriver 6. Oh, guess I'll get this one too. I want that guilty gear.
We'll finish this.
So, as you see, yeah, it's an amazing product. We show a lot of the videos and movies and stuff off of it, but the gameplay on this thing is absolutely gorgeous. That's why it's called Gamer Paint. That's why they produce amazing colors. And again, the whole setup cost me next to nothing to set up. Panels, my whole screen cost me 60 bucks. That's it. There's some tape to tape it together from the back. It hangs down. There's nothing. The only thing that hangs up is there's probably 4 screws up there to hang it. That's it. There's no supports down here. It's completely frameless. And the projector cost me 130 bucks. And that's it. It's my whole setup. And we have a hero here somewhere. Containers are over here. These are our containers right there for the product. And our batch number verifications, which means all our products are tested before they're sold to any of our customers.
I've also got my share of enemies. Moments I had to overcome. And sometimes without
Where'd that go? Did that nothing? Did they not? Still converting this over to 3 more panels for the top. 3 more panels on the top, and this projector does 1610 also. So we get another one of those for 130. We do 1610 giant screen over here. And I want to do Titanfalls on this side. I want to put on a bigger screen. I beat the game already, but I'm just going to do a bigger screen.
Where will this path of strife take him?
Call of Duty 6 gameplay. Call of Duty 6 gameplay. I got 6 gameplay, multiplayer. Let's see what we got on here. do.
I started at L'Oreal as an operations supervisor, and now I look like manager. 50% of the mascara is sold.
Guilty, sir.
Jeez.
This shit ain't working. We lost the advantage.
Those dark corners he's pushing through, you can't afford for your screen to basically blur out on you. You have to be able to read that black to do it. What are you getting mad about, gray screens? You don't want people to get ticked off over that stuff. They come into my channel to watch my stuff at the end of the day, and you get mad at me when I mention your stuff doesn't work. You can't read this. See my menu, all that's in black? You can't pick that up. It is what it is. Your stuff doesn't work. Our screen can pick up any application, which means, see how bright those colors come up? We can read all that, no problem. And my projector setup is 130 bucks. That's it. My screen is $60. It's a panel system, plastic, coated with that technology. So anything we put that stuff on looks incredible. Yep. Throw that up there real quick, make sure everything up there can't come and get them. New York City, skyline, nighttime. And get really frustrated. This is very good. Commercials. And voila. Can't play too much of it because it's copyrighted music. That's why I like doing 235.1 in the city. It's more realistic to me. And I used to do the ceiling. I got the ceiling did in my place. Why? Because I like to see the thunderstorm pop up, and you can hear the rain falling. At the same time, you can see the beautiful city. Rainy New York City at nighttime. Ceiling done the same way. And when you're doing 235.1, keep in mind on a gray screen or white screen, you're going to have that zebra effect because you're going to have that black border, and then the screen's going to be gray, whatever it's not touching, and then you're just going to have that, that off look to it. That's why they make those curtains for it. We got more than enough, remember. We don't even watch anything on here but Cartoon Network and freaking YouTube. But anyway, that's why they give you the curtain. So if you go to Silver Ticket and you look up the 235.1, people try to transfer it to a 69 screen. It can be done, but the problem is that when you transfer a 69 screen, you get those cinema bars and things that pop up on the bottom of it. And the problem you're going to have with that is that they're going to come up gray. So that's why they give you a curtain to pull across your screen so you can get that real cinema look at the end of the day, but you can't get it because gray screens can't read cinema bars. We're going to go movie demonstrations with black cinema bars.
Okay, to get started, I just have some fun.
See if we got it here already. He's doing it just, I want to
Okay,
do,
on my timeline.
he's doing the cinema bars. Let me see. Black effect creative cinema bars. Is it a tutorial or is he actually doing it? Nope, it's just them. I want to see a movie with the black cinema bars. Movie with widescreen cinema bars. See if I can find one. Because we're just getting tutorials. I don't know tutorials. Oh wait, which one has it? The Star Wars one has it. 1.7 digital widescreen? There's no widescreens. Yeah, let's see if I can. I was just on it too. Star Wars widescreen. Because it had it on there. It had that widescreen thing. I think it's 19, whatever I think it is. No, I said widescreen, not white screen. Good gracious. Star Wars widescreen. This is why I hate basically voice recognition software. Let's try her again. She can listen to us. Star Wars widescreen. Looks like a lunatic. Alright, there we go, right there.
This is a make or break assignment. Let's go!
Yeah, they won't get me on that one. Yeah, let's move on.
Strayer University helps you earn your degree affordably with access to up to 10 no-cost Gen Ed courses.
There we go. No, that's full. Us, we're running 235.1, so we'll pick it up. This is if someone tries to do it, or actually, should I pick it up? That should pick it up, right? Let me see, because we got the 235 and no, we can still read it widescreen on that one. That's too easy. There's one that was one with a game on it. And it definitely had it. It brought it up perfectly. I did a recording on it anyway, but still, it brought it up perfectly. Oh, did it force on widescreen? There it is. Perfect. That's it right there. So, you see the bars at the top and the bottom? When it shrinks the screen, those are cinema bars that just popped up. You got to read those in black. They don't come up in gray. So imagine if this screen wasn't borderless. Our screen's borderless. But imagine if it wasn't and it was gray. And you had the borders around the top. So you would have the borders around the top. You would have the borders around the top. And then you would have the cinema that's supposed to come up in black, but they can't because the gray screen can't read it. So it comes up in gray. So you have a zebra effect that triggers off in your board. You got black, gray, and then whatever that it's going to be going on in there because you can't read the contrast level. That's pretty much what you pick up. So it'll automatically fail at 235 or any form of widescreen. You can't read it. So I got this in widescreen. Jeez, that's pretty nice. But yeah, so that's widescreen right there. Now if we hit, which doesn't make a difference. If your screen was gray and you were trying to hit this on a 16:9, can you do 235.1 on a 16:9? You can, but the only problem is you're just going to get this really wide area where the screen can't fit. It's supposed to fit in there. But you have different types of aspect ratio when it comes to 235.1. I think there's 10 of them in there you have to be to do. This one is 19.16 or whatever it is. But anyway, yeah, so you have these different settings. Ours can hit every single one of them. Why? Because the screen's black, that's why. So we just make our cinema bars wide. But if you're a gray screen at the end of the day, you're going to have a problem with that. You can't read the bars anyway, because the bars come up in black. Everybody knows cinema bars do black. They don't do gray cinema bars. There's no such thing as a gray cinema bar. So the inside of that cockpit, the black, all that, you got to be able to read all that, 100%. If not, your screen comes up gray. And white screens have the same issue. They do. But the reason why I don't go on about the white screen, because the white screen already knows it has flaws. It does. That's why people upgrade to the white screen to a gray screen. The problem with the gray screen wants to make you believe that you're actually getting an upgrade when technically you're not. Oops, lights back on again. I keep hitting the switch behind me. Sometimes I do it on purpose when I have people come over. They think we have to be in the dark. We don't have to be in the dark. The technology has some insane ambient ejection technology called ILEG. Diffusion light energy gain. So is he doing different cinema bars on here? I think he is. He is. Now see, when the cinema bars changes on here, this is ultra widescreen too. I'm just gonna put down ultra widescreen to bring it up even faster. Yeah, on this one too. This one has it too. Well, that's the Squadron. I gotta pick that game up. I got it on PC on my shopping on my basket, and I got my flight controller. Actually, my Thrustmaster is compatible with it.
I'm like a city planner, but I designed digital highways. For example, I built an infrastructure network from scratch.
I'm gonna outcurve my screen. I should do an outcurve. Outcurve setup at 235.1 is sick. Requires one projector to do it. I gotta go back and check my books and see exactly how we set it up. Another form of widescreen. And mind, look at all the contrast that's in there. You got to read that at 100%. I'm definitely getting this game. Look at the reflection coming off from inside the light bouncing inside the cabinet, inside the cockpit. Ultra wide, beautiful scenery, 4K. Yeah, that's how we have to speak it. The ultra wide would be the 221.9. Yeah, we can read that easily. Well, that's creepy. We ain't going down that road. Off on that one. It's supposed to be that color. Why is it that color? Let's see. Way too fast. These are ultra wide screen. You got widescreen and ultra wide screen. I guess ultra wide screen is 235.1. I tell you, they upped their game because, man, when I got mine, man, I couldn't find videos for jack on this thing, man. I guess more and more people are now getting these projectors, which is good. The more content we have on this stuff, the better for us. That's cool. All right, awesome, awesome sauce. Definitely works. Ooh. Oh, we got 21.19. 21.19. We'll bring this down some. Let's see. And the audio. Mind you, we are only at these projectors have amazing sound. I'm only on volume 1. That's it. So that shows you there's a contrast on. No, it's off. We turn that thing off because we don't need them on. The screen does all the work. Interesting music. I'm expecting something to pop up. Like Cloverfield's about to pop up over there. Sheesh. Ooh, New York City. I like the New York City skyline and I like Philadelphia skyline. I was so obsessed with the Philadelphia skyline that I didn't want to live in the city, but I still wanted to see that skyline. So I was going to pay someone to install a powerful camera up on top of one of the roofs so I can basically connect and see the city and have remote control access to my home far away from it so I can always see my skyline. I love Philadelphia skyline, I really do. I was going to put on a wide screen from one end to the next so I can always see my city. I miss it. I miss my skyline. New York City? I love New York City skyline, I do. Boy, Hollywood has done just about everything you could possibly think to New York City. I don't know. Just something about. I love Philly. I do. I love Philly to death. But New York City is magical. I don't know what it is. When I say if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Remember GTA did New York City? Oh my goodness, the room was crowded. We had so many New Yorkers in there, and I was like, well, I'd ask them because I don't really haven't been all through New York City. Like, it's exactly like it is. Yes, very close. It's extremely close. We're just driving around and people pointing out to different areas and stuff. This is crazy. They did a really good job with it. Rockstar did an extremely good job with it. I met a lot of New Yorkers too. A lot of them. Those were the good old days of gaming. So we're recording it this way because we can't see the screen. If we do it in portrait, we can't even pick it up because the screen's too wide. That's why there's no title for it right now. It's whatever it says because I had to. It's funny how YouTube has it set up that you have to do everything in horizontal. Well, actually in vertical. Is it vertical? I think it's vertical. And then horizontal, you can record it. So when the video's up and I can go in and edit what I want, I can just go in and just put the caption in for it. So just the caption's going to be, you're going to have a 235 point setup. This screen is about 119 inches at 235.1. And you can do it for all, including mice, it's including the screen paint, because 24 ounces, which is, we don't have them here right here, 25, these are the 32s, 32 to 150. 24 ounces of our product can paint this. Whoopsie, what's that fall off? Oh. 24 ounces can paint this with no problem. One coat application, you're done. That's it. So that cost my customers around $237. Panels are roughly 60 bucks, and the projector's 130 bucks. $4K OLED demonstrations. Try again. 4K. Ooh, hold on. Skip view. No, go back. Really? Did we not just skip? I just want it. Then we got to show white levels off, right? We love showing white levels off on the technology. Snow dog, eh? Know the purpose behind the snow dog? There's a purpose behind it. See? Snow dog is showing multiple shades of white. Look at the pelt on the dog. It's kind of a brownish color. And underneath the chest it's kind of white, and then the snow is white. It's multiple shades of white. Including the snout, which is reading 100% black. Eyes are reading 100% black. You furry monster, you. See, that's what I said about these animals. They're never made to be dangerous. Oh, we're going to. What we got here for time? Can we see our time here? Oh, we're not going that bad. Getting roasted though. This is why we block the heat vents, because we don't need the heat in here. The projectors generate a ton of freaking heat. That's when I was in the garage, and the garage was insulated. We had projectors in there. Yeah, it was cooking in there. I had to open the door from time to time. Yeah, the projectors generate a ton of heat. That's one of the things I remember, projectors generating heat, is when I was renting a room on Camac Street over there. So when we first got our company started over there with screen paints. And for some reason, the duct system was not hooked up to that room. It just wasn't hooked up to it. And that room was a little bit cold in there. It was very cold in the room from time to time. And I'm trying to figure out, do I have to get a heater in here or something to stay warm in the room while I'm renting this place up with my friend's family. And that's where it's interesting how I ended up getting the BenQ MS800 projector. And I remember plugging that thing in, and I feel the heat coming off of it. It's okay, it's pretty cool. Got a little warm in here. And next thing I'm sitting there with a t-shirt getting cooked. I had to open up a window in there. I was like, man, these things generate some heat. So yeah, it was meant to be that the heat wasn't hooked up, because the heat was hooked up. I literally got cooked in that room. So man, when she came down, she said, well, I'm sorry, Mr. Kenny, I want to have the heat put in. So I said, no, you're good. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Don't put the heat on in any way whatsoever. Well, later on there, my last days there, they did get the heat hooked up to it, and I had to tape it off. I had to basically duct tape over that thing and still open up a window because it was super hot in there. And right now I'm getting cooked. But I'm kind of used to it now. I'm getting cooked by projectors for goodness how long, man. In the basement, we had to open up doors. They generate a lot of heat. So being in the garage, and people making that comment, oh, it must be cold in there. Well, basically, I insulated my unit so well that I got a standing A from license inspection, because the Lord showed me how to do it. And then with the projectors we had running there, yeah, I got cooked. I had to crack a door to get air in there, because basically the projectors were generating all that heat. And if you ever done insulation with that aluminum insulation, it's designed to trap heat. Whew. I know one thing from experience from working with that stuff and seeing how it operates. I got a chance to test that stuff hands-on. I'm definitely going to basically any place that I'm going to be blessed to have to work, do some work on, to build on. I'm insulating that entire place with that stuff. That stuff is amazing, absolutely amazing. Keeps it nice and cool in the summertime and nice and warm in the wintertime. Definitely amazing stuff. Got to wrap it up like tinfoil in there, but man, it is amazing. Look at that. See it right there? That 100% black? Gray screen, I can't express it enough. You have to be to read that.
I don't have to read. Just the freak you do.
I'm going to get one of those panels and we're going to paint it gray and we're just going to stick it up against our screen. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I just put it on some white one like this one and just lay it against it. Gotta pick that 1% black up. Now those colors pop, that's how it's supposed to look. And no calibrating, none of that at the end of the day. Now, if you sit there and say, well, your environment's a little darker, you can't read in here either. You can't read anywhere. Like I can literally set you up at 300 lumens right now on a splatter screen and you won't pick up. You just won't work on that projector. It's absolutely useless to buy that projector and have a gray screen. Any gray screen, it's just not going to work. Because again, you have to have contrast. Contrast is extremely important. You have to have it. Can't skip it. See, you got to read that. It comes up in black. You got to pick that up too. And that. See how our white levels pop on that screen? Look at the size of that freaking cat. Look at the murder buttons on that thing. Jeez. Look at it. And if you didn't know that that cat was threatening in any way whatsoever, you would try to go up and pet it. You know you would. But unfortunately, you already know to check you up. Is that a vulture? Where's vulture? Oh, it is. Or a condor is one of them. Yep, there's a snail. Oh. Doesn't make a difference. Don't make a difference. We hit. Screen is designed to operate in fully lit environments with no problem whatsoever. That's what it's designed to do. Whatever we hit, it's gonna run. So that's why people don't want you near this. They don't want you near these switches right here. Because if you have a gray screen, this is not gonna work well. So they keep you away from these switches. Because I like the switches right here. I like for them to come in and be dark like this. And they come in and see this and they go, huh. You know, I'm thinking in the back of their head, I know what they're thinking at the end of the day. Well, he just took me out of a dark environment to put me back into a dark environment. Can you do me a favor? I'm trying to read this document here. Can you turn the lights on for me? Thank you. And I'll turn the lights on and then, you know, the screen will operate with no problem whatsoever. And I like doing that one. That's one of my strategies in selling product. We love the doubters. The doubters are beautiful. Stay away from my cords. The doubters are beautiful. The doubters are the ones that will come in automatically from the door doubting the product. We like them. We love them. They're the ones that are the biggest sellers. They buy the product the most. You have me in here in the dark. Oh, look at that tiger right there. Look how awesome he looks. Can we boop the nose? Can we boop him? Nope, he will jack you up. Does that look like... Look at that. Does that look like that? Really, you would never think that an animal like that would really eat you at the end of the day. Like I told you, they were never designed to be vicious creatures. They got that way because of the curse of man. But look how cute that thing is at the end of the day. Hey, Taco, look, it's not easy being choosy. Wow. Look at that guy. Look at him. He's so cute. I'm going to go back to that tiger dude. Of course, all that was caused by him. Because, you know, snakes are cursed creatures. Look at him. Look at that face on him. Tell me at the end of the day that does not look like something that would murder you. It was never designed to be a murderous creature. Just got the way because of the fall, man. But anyway, we been sitting there lighting in the dark, and they were like, when they come into the door, I'm like, okay, this is just gonna be another one of these run-of-the-mill, demonstrations where he's just gonna have us in the dark and try to explain it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Projector probably costs a lot of money. It's probably very expensive, because they're doubting from the door. And I'm like, excuse me, I can't see this document. Can you turn the lights on? They're right over here. We know they're gonna hit the lights, right? It doesn't make a difference which ones they hit. If they hit this one right here, or that one fires up, and they hit this one over here, you know what I mean? Screen's still fired up. So they're all like, I can see the excitement on their eyes and all, because they know how amazing this is going to look in their environment. And I say, hey, how much you pay for the projector? Oh, that thing, that's $720p, and it cost me $130. And then I see one look at the other one, like $130. They just realize they spent $5,000 for their machine. I know how much money they spent for that machine, because I go take the serial number and I go look it up. $30. I know the conversation on the way back. Yeah, how much money I paid for that projector? I paid $5,000 for that thing. Paid $130. I gotta get the screen operating in a fully lit environment. Gotta get that paint. There you go. But you can't have people in a dark environment and you bring them into a dark environment. It doesn't work that way. Like the church, They're already sitting in the dark already. They want to be in a fully lit environment. This is not going to work for them. He's already dealing with this already. And he's already heard already from the first company who sold him the projectors and probably the screens that want to calibrate. So he's heard Calibrate already. And Calibrate didn't give him anything. If Calibrate did work, he wouldn't contact him to begin with. So he contacted him hoping he would fix the problem. But he's still in the dark talking about calibrating. Yep, if he had dealt with us, he'd be doing this at the end of the day. Bam! The lights on. Ain't the right type of bird. Yep. And he would have spent $7,000 or $8,000 or $10,000 for those projectors. You gotta get those projectors for $50 a piece, because 4,000 lumens would hit that thing with no problem. Why do I keep knocking this over? 4,000 lumens knocked that thing out with no problem. In eco mode, we could hit that with eco mode easily. Easily on eco mode. Now mine, as I said before, it's 235.1 setup. See how far my projector sits from the screen right there? You got people in ultra short those that's sitting right over there, just like my Connect. See how my Connects is sitting to the screen? That's where your projector sits at right now. And you can't read contrast, you can't read color, you can't operate in fully lit environments. And you spent a ton of money for your projector. And we're over here at roughly, I think it's like 3 feet from the screen to operate this unit. We're 3 feet from the screen, and my projector costs $130. And we can turn the contrast off. We don't need it. That's all right, Tucklebird. That's right, Daddy-O. All right. Hope you enjoyed this conversation we had. I enjoyed it myself. I'm going to get on out of here. I have some business to take care of. Got this other company I'm going to be opening up pretty soon. So I got to get Kraken Jackson on that right there. Get all that ready. But I wanted to show the screen up in widescreen. Show how cool it is. That being said, hope you enjoyed the demonstration. Thank you for your time. Of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with amazing technology. If it weren't for Him, none of this would ever be possible. None of this would ever be possible. Virtually impossible. But all that comes from the grace of God. Right? Yep. Look at that snaggy kitty over there. Snuggy cutter. Snuggy cutter. Hi, Kitty. Wow. Try a little bit more than Kitty. Wow. Tucker looks just like you, man. Just like you. Except for that one with Jackie. Well, can you imagine if a domestic house cat was the size of a cheetah? That'd be some, man, that'd be some crazy stuff. Well, forget your furniture. I think it'll swallow your furniture up. Easy. And then you're playing around with them, because you guys bite sometimes. You guys really do. I don't know if there's an animal instinct kicking in. God, remember, a tiger, I'm gonna bite you. You're gonna bite me. You're gonna bite me, you little tiger. You little tiger, look at you. Sitting around in the morning like, hey, you want some of these Frosted Flakes? Like, no, you got to, because they're freaking great. But you're an orange cat, I swear, I'll be calling you Tony the Tiger. All right, people. I'm about to cool it down in here, because it's hot in here. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for your time. I'm going to shut my machine off. Woo! Look at you laying down here looking all extra. There you go. And a little mental note to people who basically claim to be making black screens. I've seen a lot of gray screens on some forum sites claiming to be black. Please stop doing that. Because the problem is, when you do a black on black test, it'll tell whether your paint's black or not. Got to do those tests, by the way. People are missing the black on black test. You have to do those tests. You have to. Very important. Ain't that right, Taco Bird? All right.
Taco's TV.
There's your TV bucket. Come on, Taco. That's good. I got maintenance to do today, people. I got to clean out two of my PCs over there, and I got to clean out that fan and the other fan, so I got work to do. Might do a fast video on it. How to clean out your equipment, 101. But anyway, I think I've done that one already before, so there's no point. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed again. Thank you for your time for stopping by. Pretty soon we'll have other projector and fire that one up. And get Taco's TV ready to go. Whew, man. Projectors accumulate freaking heat. That's for the next one. I'm building me an exhaust system that goes outside. Well, it ain't a bad idea. Make an exhaust system that connects outside and then put a little shutter on it. I can open up and bring heat if I want to inside. That'd be pretty cool. A fantastic heat source. Let's put our beam back on for Taco Bird. Here we go, Taco Bird. Heat's back on. Need a projector, which I'm not going to keep it back on. Bring on. All right, people. Have a good one.